Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with undefeated 16 wins, 12 by KO. Frank the Ghost Martin. I know you don't do the social media stuff, so the Ghost probably works well. Always in the gym. But first off, congrats on your win against Jackson back then, and now you're
Appreciate it.
here with a huge fight with Michel Rivera. First of all, how
Mhm.
excited are you for this fight?
Man, I'm ready. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get this fight done and go to get everything else going after this. But I'm excited though. It's a lot of things that I'm doing different for this fight. I got a nutritionist, I'm getting stretched, quite a few times a week. Uh, man, been doing hot yoga, strength and conditioning. I've been doing a lot of different things for this fight.
Now, I just have to ask from like a fan perspective because, fans was looking for like the Crawford Spence, and then boom, we got Caleb and David. And right after that, we got this fight. I don't think a lot of fight fans thought this was going to happen. I'm very happy. But how did this happen? Because this fight just didn't hit my radar. I didn't think it was possible to happen right now.
This fight got mentioned like back in like May, if I am mistaken. This got mentioned kind of in May, but it was some stuff going on my end. I had a little injury or whatever, so it wasn't gonna happen. So I was supposed to fight Chris Colbert.
Mhm.
Chris Colbert really didn't want to fight. So once that didn't happen, they ended up contacting me, asking me what I thought about Rivera, and I told them let's get it. They told me it was a 12-round title eliminator. I told them let's go. If this would it take for me to get to that next level, I'm all for it.
Now, I know that, from a fight fan, they're both exciting fights. And, the Chris Colbert fight didn't happen. But are you more happy that this fight materialized opposed to the
This one
Chris
better.
Colbert? Hmm.
This better. Yeah, this better. Like you say, the fight fans, they finna see a real fight. So this is a this is a better fight.
Now, just overall, I wanted to get your thoughts as the opponent because on the PBC podcast, his trainer was mentioning like, hey, southpaw, strong, puncher. They're taking a risk on their end, taking a fight like this.
Mhm.
Do you feel like this is also like, a risky fight? And what do you think about your opponent?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my opponent, he game. He a good fighter. He a balanced fighter. I keep telling people he's a balanced fighter. He could punch. He got some speed. He could counter. He well rounded. But like I said too, I feel like I got more. I'm gonna have more of an edge with the speed, with the power, and then I just feel like the IQ.
Mhm.
But do I think that the fight is a dangerous fight? Uh, I wouldn't say that it's like a dangerous fight. I feel like it's a fight that was taken soon, that most people wouldn't take.
Mhm.
Being two top fighters coming up, taking this fight at this time, a lot of fighters wouldn't do this. So I would feel that I feel that it's just like it's just a it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
I think it's more than good. I think it's great. And the fact that both you guys are now fighting for the third time, in 1 year, you guys have both been extremely active. This fight itself is more than just a great fight, but I believe this is a title eliminator, right? This gets you
Yeah,
one step closer to, potentially, the winner of like Gervonta and maybe Ryan or something. Is that the direction that
yeah,
you
yeah,
might be
yeah,
going?
yeah. That's the route.
Now you've sparred Gervonta in the past,
Hmm.
things and getting ready for that. Just what was that experience? Now thinking I sparred this guy. Obviously, I have to get past Rivera, but just knowing that, that might be an opponent, and you can, just what's your thoughts on that whole situation and just.
It's sweet. You know what I mean? I want to get this fight with Rivera out of the way, and then I feel that fight with me and Tank gonna be a super good fight. Great, not enough. Great fight. You know what I mean? With me sparring him, it's sparring is sparring.
Of
You can have
course.
good days in sparring, you can have bad days in sparring. So you can't always look at sparring and be like, oh, I did this and did that, because a guy can show up totally different, the night of a fight. It's,
Mhm.
it's it's cool that I got to get in there and spar with him, to feel the power and feel, the speed and stuff. it was good to be able to do that, but it was good work.
Yeah, and just wanted to get your thoughts because obviously, you know, you've been in the ring with him, you know, and hopefully, you know, in the future we can see that fight go down. But you know, he's fighting Hector Garcia and then later Ryan Garcia. Do you see either one of those guys like posing a threat to Gervonta or even beating
It's
Gervonta?
boxing. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it, man. It's boxing. I think Hector Garcia a good fighter. I do. He a tough fighter. But I think that with that fight, he been upsetting guys too. But
Yeah.
I feel like with that fight, man, I think Tank just elusive, and you know, that guy Hector, his defense is not the best. You know, he got good offense, and you know he come forward and he come in the fight, but you gotta have some type of defense. You're not gonna just go in and walk Tank down how he walked Chris Colbert down. You know, it's not happening. So he got to be careful. You know, he might go in, if he do try to do it, he's gonna get caught. So that's a fight I see Tank winning. And the Ryan Garcia fight, I think that Tank will win that fight too. But like I said, it's boxing. You know, anything can happen in that ring.
Of course. And just seeing the fact that, you know, the division's getting really hot. There's a lot of big names entering the division, big names emerging like yourself in the division, names that have already been established. And, you know, Errol Spence put, you know, the tweets out. Frank Martin's really like that. Like, you know, he's obviously, you know, your promoter and he always supports you. But, you know, when you hear, you know, a pound for pound great right now, just highly speaking on you and just putting these tweets out there, you know, a lot of promoters don't, you know, do this with all their fighters, but you know, Errol really puts a lot of belief in you. Just the whole relationship. What's your thoughts on the whole Spence, you know, being in your corner?
It's dope. You know, I was just talking to him yesterday about it. You know, it's dope having him in my corner. You know, he be giving me advice, telling me certain things, and you know, man, just him being in the corner, it make everything, you know, better for real.
You know, and the fact that, you know, he's out there even picking, you know, throwing shots at the Chris Coverts, you know, he was there riding for you. And
He
then
know what I'm gonna do to him. He know what I'm gonna do to them boys.
hmm and, you know, in a response to the Frank Martin, really like that. You know, there was a little Twitter thing that happened from that
Yeah,
tweet with the Keyshawn, you know, and you know, the internet records everything, has everything out there. And I believe there's a clip with the Kanye West All Falls Down playing in the background. And in quote, you said, "Ain't nobody stepping on shit over here," if, you know, and
yeah.
referral to Keyshawn. It's just, is that a potential fight that you see in the future? Like, obviously, you're further ahead in this in state, but
That could happen. You know, that fight definitely could happen in the future.
mhm.
You know, I got to keep winning. You know, I hope he keep winning, and you know, that's a fight that can happen in the future.
Do you feel like it's a rivalry just because of the, you know, the
Nah,
camps, like
ain't no
this?
rivalry with me. You
Mhm.
know, ain't no rivalry with me.
You know, well, with the whole Spence and, you know, Crawford thing, I know that hopefully one day we get it. You know, the fight didn't materialize, but you know, I heard on the PBC podcast you were very hopeful and saying no, it'll happen, just not right now, but just when that fight didn't get made. Just what's your thoughts on that whole situation?
I feel like that fight it'll happen when it's the right time for it. I don't got much to say about. I hope it happen. Um, I know Errol wants to fight, you know, so I hope they can make it happen.
Now I'm just going back to your fight. This is your third time back in Vegas, right? And you'll be main eventing in Vegas. Just having these different type of fights in different locations. Do you see like Vegas potentially being like a place that you call like your second home, or maybe your third home because you're like from Detroit and you live elsewhere but train in Texas? So
Yeah,
would
yeah,
you
man.
call like?
I got my Detroit people trying to claim me from Detroit. Then I got my
Mhm.
Indiana people want to claim me.
And then maybe
I
Texas.
live in
Texas
Texas.
kind of claims you a little bit too now, right?
Yeah, but I live in Texas, you know, so I definitely like to start fighting out here in Texas and building a bigger fan base in Texas. And then, you know, I want to take some fights back home too, to the Midwest
Hmm.
for my people out there, because you know that's not happening out there at all, really. Big fights, at least. So I would say I like fighting in Vegas. I'm familiar with it and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If I can call that a third home, second home, whatever, we'll see.
I mean, that's where they say like the Mecca boxing, all the pay-per-view, or that's New York Mecca, but like the fighting capital, Las Vegas, all the big fights, pay-per-view happen here. So I'm very excited the fact that you'll be fighting here in Vegas, in a few weeks. And before I let you go, just any last messages or anything you want to tell the fans out there before I let you go?
Y'all tune in. I want the fans. I want all the fans to tune in. Y'all, December 17th, come watch a great fight. Expect fireworks, fight night.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.